What's happening, folks? Welcome back to the channel, Sports, Life, and Politics TV. I'm Samuel Koppel, YouTube's #1 couch detective, and I'm here for the news. Here today, we're going to go over this case, and I'm very excited about this case and this lawsuit that has been filed against FS1. And the lawsuit was filed against Skip Bayless, Joy Taylor, and Charlie Dixon. But the person who seems to be catching all of the vitriol, all of the dog powder, all of the kick to the guts, all of the slaps to the face is Joy Taylor. Joy Taylor is getting lambasted on the internet right now. Now, this is why it's good to listen to somebody who's gamed up, who's not just going to play follow the leader, who's actually going to look at the case and actually be objective and actually give you some real knowledge on people and how people work. Because Joy Taylor is innocent in this, but she damn sure don't deserve all the vitriol. How these two white men are sliding under the radar, especially amongst black people, is beyond me. Now, I'm not saying Joy Taylor is black, but she is biracial. But for these two guys to catch only strays while she takes the heavy dumping and load is ridiculous. No pun intended when I say dumping and load, but but when she takes all of the garbage and all of the trash, I find utterly ridiculous. Now, Joy Taylor made a statement that people are using against her now, maybe a year or two ago. And I just think Joy Taylor is not as wrong as people saying she is. There's some of this stuff that I've read in this lawsuit, which is 183 paragraphs, and I think over 42 pages. Did I read the whole thing? No, I read about half the case. I got what I needed, but it read like a novel. It was fantastic. But I want to go over this clip of some of the stuff that they're using against her. Listen to this clip and tell me where Joy Taylor lied at.
But if they're fine enough, if they're funny enough, or if their financial status is what you want, fine, funny, fucking money. You're throwing all boundaries, standards, all that shit you talked on Instagram about how you would never, and this woman ain't kicked because women this and men this.
And Joy Taylor ain't told one goddamn lie. They said Joy Taylor sexed her way to the top at FS1. She finessed these white men using her body. So, boy, I wish I could get on the job and slang some of this meat to try to finesse my way into $1 million job. So many people criticize this because they can't do it. So many people criticize this because they're not in a position to have sex with this lady. A lot of people said, I heard, what's this man's name? I can't think his guy. Jason Whitlock. Talking about he stayed away from her. Jason Whitlock, stop Jason Whitlock, if you don't stop. She didn't want nothing to do with you. You didn't have enough money. Now, if your money was like this guy over here, Charlie Dixon, who looks like Jason Voorhees' step cousin, maybe you had a chance. But stop the cap, brother. It was people like Emmanuel Ocho, people like Shannon Sharp, black men who actually keep themselves in shape, look halfway decent, and got either more money than you or the same money as you. Who you think she gonna choose? She's not fit to move down, brother. So stop it. But there is some things that happen within this lawsuit that I want to go over, that I find very, very important in this case. Because when you read through the lawsuit, it reads like a novel. It is absolutely fantastic. I mean, I just couldn't get enough. Let's take a small snippet of this video. Let's read it. Harassment lawsuit. Joy Taylor, listen to me, y'all. And Joy Taylor, when she first came on the FS1, was considered a bombshell. I would say in the face, she was an 8, 8.5. Them goddamn cassava millers was a 10. There's no doubt about that. And if you into light skinned women and women of this shade and biracial women, she probably was a 9. And for some guys, that's a 10. Am I saying she a 10? Absolutely not. But I'm saying, you know what I'm talking about. But when you look at Joy Taylor, you can see that when she comes into a room, there's going to be a lot of men who want her with money, especially moving in the world that she's moving in. Say she's facing sexual harassment allegations and lawsuit claim. Fox Sports executives in workplace misconduct. Former hairstylist claims Taylor dismissed harassment concerns. Allegedly said, "Get over it," sparking controversy. The lawsuit alleges Taylor had ties to a Fox executive who influenced her career at FS1. Of course. Known for the herd, Taylor's career faces scrutiny and workplace misconduct allegations at Fox Sports. Now let me say this. This is when she was a little bit younger. And she is a looker. She looks good. But what has me so excited about this case, y'all, is the actual lawsuit. Now, when you talk about 183 paragraphs, that's damn near a book for a lot of people. A lot of people don't want to read that. I understand. It ain't that people can't read, some people just don't like to read. So I read through a lot of the lawsuit, and I got a few paragraphs I just want to read to you because this is great conversation. Like if you're talking at work and you're having conversations about this, to know actually what happened. So listen up closely. We're gonna go over the very first line of the summary of action. Line number 1. And this is the lawsuit is being filed by Noshin Faraji. It said Ms. Faraji brings forth this action because over a decade at Fox, she was forced to endure misogynistic, racist workplace where executives and talents were allowed to physically and verbally abuse workers with impunity. When Ms. Faraji and others came forward to report the wrongdoing, instead of addressing the concerns, Fox retaliated against them while perpetrators and those who protected them were explicitly promoted. This case thus represents yet another long line of cases chronicling the toxic culture at Fox marked by bad faith promises and repeated failures to address a poisonous and enriched patriarchy. Now, before Charlie Dixon before he was in charge at Fox, they had a man named Jamie Hortowitz who was fired for sexual harassment. So we know this is the culture. Then you had Fox News, and a lot of executives were fired at Fox News for the same exact thing. And that's not shocking. So let's read some of the stuff that has happened at this workplace. Said Miss Dixon gives Miss Taylor undisputed as a reward for having sex with him. This is line 19, or the 19th paragraph. In approximately March 2016, Ms. Faraji met Ms. Taylor, an aspiring sports personality that recently moved from Miami to Los Angeles for the opportunity of airtime at Fox. At the time, Ms. Taylor did not have a regular position, but would fill in on a day-to-day basis when talent was sick or otherwise missed time. Ms. Taylor told Faraji that she recently wed, but her husband remained in Miami and that she was lonely in Los Angeles. Ms. Taylor then befriended Ms. Faraji. Now let me say this. A lot of people criticized her by saying that, hey, she cheated on her husband. Is cheating on your husband right? Absolutely not. That's dead wrong. But me being a gamed up nigga, I know when I read that line, the first thing came to my gamed up mind, what kind of man sends his wife to Los Angeles who is as attractive as she is by herself? Only one or two things is going on with him. One, he's a closeted homosexual. He wants to live out his lifestyle in Miami while she was gone. Two, anybody who been to Miami knows it's full of beautiful women. Joy is a 7 in Miami. So her husband probably was getting to the paper. I almost guarantee he was getting to the bread. And he was living his best life and had a bunch of other women. So her out in LA with all of these actors, athletes, who's who, all the entertainers and producers, and I mean everybody who's anybody comes through LA. So that automatically sends off my spidey senses. Gamed up. Paragraph 20. In approximately May 2016, Ms. Taylor asked Ms. Faraji to meet her for drinks in Santa Monica. When Ms. Faraji arrived, she found Ms. Taylor with an older man, Fox Sports executive president Mr. Dixon. As executive vice president, Mr. Dixon is responsible for overseeing all content and production at FS1. Ms. Faraji, however, did not know Mr. Dixon. When Mr. Dixon went to buy them another round of spicy margaritas, Ms. Faraji asked who was Ms. Taylor. Who was he? Ms. Taylor responded that he was just a friend. Following that night, whenever Ms. Faraji would meet with Ms. Taylor for food or drinks, Mr. Dixon would either arrive with Miss Taylor or show up late in the night and leave with Miss Taylor. He would also buy rounds of drinks or food. From their body language, Miss Faraji suspected that the pair were sleeping with each other. And although this concerned Miss Faraji, she knew that Miss Taylor was recently married, and Faraji kept her opinion to herself. As well she should. As well she should. The reason why Joy Taylor was bringing that girl there, because she was a hairstylist, and she was going to put her on. Yeah, she was going to bring her with her into this world. Now, reading through this lawsuit, do I think this woman has a valid lawsuit? Yes. Do I think this woman is also partially full of it? Yes, a little bit. But there's going to be things within this lawsuit that I read that makes me say, the work environment was toxic enough for her to have filed this lawsuit. Paragraph 22. In approximately June 26, while working with Ms. Faraji, while at work, Ms. Faraji noticed that Mr. Dixon in the elevator. Surprised by the coincidence, Ms. Faraji found Ms. Taylor and told her excitedly, the guy who always buys us drinks was in the elevator. Ms. Taylor quickly silenced Ms. Faraji, explaining who he was. Ms. Faraji became alarmed and warned Ms. Taylor that such a relationship was unsafe. Ms. Taylor told her not to worry about it. Ms. Faraji continued to be friends with Ms. Taylor, but tried to distance herself as she considered the situation dangerous as well as morally wrong, as Ms. Taylor and Mr. Dixon were both married. That's why I say she's partially full of shit. She never tried to separate herself. That's not true. This lady brought you into FS1 as a hairstylist and makeup artist and all of the above, and you telling me all of a sudden now you trying to separate yourself and you telling her this is wrong. She might have said, hey, be careful. That's about it. She ain't said no more than be careful. They say, this is paragraph 23. In approximately July 16th, no, I keep saying 16, July 2016, word spread amongst Fox employees about a few shows that were going to be a big deal. It would star Mr. Bayless and Shannon Sharp. It was known that Fox was looking for a woman with significant TV experience to also star. Therefore, it came as a surprise when Fox announced that Miss Taylor, who was a bartender and a radio host in Miami with very little TV experience, will be the moderator of the new show, a sports debate program. Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp, undisputed. I mean, pretty privilege is a real thing. That's not that's not a big deal that she came into, because Joy Taylor was talented on TV. It's not like she was just terrible. She came over there fumbling and bumbling. She did her job at a high level, I thought. She just so happened to be really sexy. She used her sex appeal to move up. That's not out of the realm. That happens every day across the site, even at regular jobs. If you just so happen to have enough talent and you look good, people are going to move you up. People are going to give you preferential treatment. That's just a fact. Paragraph 24. Mr. Bayless later disclosed to Ms. Faraji that he did not want Ms. Taylor on the show, but Mr. Dixon was adamant that Miss Taylor should star. At first, Mr. Dixon arranged a dinner between Mr. Bayless and Miss Taylor when she arrived in a provocative clothing and acted in a provocative manner. But that did not change Mr. Bayless' opinion of Miss Taylor. Mr. Dixon asked him to approve of her as a favor. Reluctantly, Mr. Bayless agreed to do so as a favor to his friend. Number one, when they brought the lady there, it was already understood that she was going to be the next moderator of Undisputed. Skip Bayless didn't fight him that hard on that. And he both didn't tell him he didn't want her. This man is wielding too much power. He said, if this who you want, I don't mind it, big dog. As long as she do her job and do it the right way, we good. The dinner was just to introduce. That was an introductory dinner. Period, point blank. This is paragraph 26. In approximately September 2016, Undisputed starred Miss Taylor requests Miss Faraji to do her hair. Stated Miss Taylor requested Miss Faraji to do her hair in approximately November 2016. After not allowing anyone to touch Mr. Bayless' hair, he also requested Miss Faraji to do his hair. So, I guess it's keep your friends close, keep your enemy close, because the hairdressers and makeup artists hear everything. They hear when they're on the phone. They vent to these people. They talk to these people. They see them every day. They talk about their personal relationships. They go out for drinks afterwards, as you heard in some of this lawsuit. None of that is surprising. None of it. And Skip Bayless want the same hairdresser, because Skip Bayless could have had his own hairdresser and makeup artist. He don't need the same hairdresser as Joy Taylor. But he wanted to have the same hairdresser as Joy Taylor. Number one, because he probably found the young lady attractive. And number two, he also wanted to get the inside scoop, because everybody knows hairdressers know the inside scoop. Even in regular hairdress neighborhoods, you've seen hairdressers with all that gossip. There's no doubt about that. And so I'm going to skim forward a little bit, because it's like I said, this lawsuit is really long. And we're going to skim to paragraph 48. And this is Miss Taylor again uses her sexuality to get on the show. Listen to this. In approximately February 2020, Miss Taylor asked Miss Faraji to meet her for a lunch in Beverly Hills. When Miss Faraji arrived, she found Taylor with a man, Emmanuel Acho. Mr. Acho. Miss Faraji did not know Mr. Acho, but could tell that the two were romantically involved. Now, Emmanuel Acho was on Speak for Yourself and then later became Speak, and I think they didn't change it again to something else. Now, those two being sexually intimate is not that far of a reach. They both would be younger, attractive, even though Joy Taylor is starting to get up there a little bit in age. I'm pretty sure she's probably in her 30s now. But when she first got on Undisputed, she was still in her 20s. So, as you can see now, she's starting to move around. She's feeling herself. Now, Charlie Dixon is still in the scene. Let's go to paragraph 49. A few months after meeting Mr. Acho at the lunch, Miss Faraji noticed him in the hallway while at work. Miss Faraji later asked Miss Taylor if Mr. Acho, who also worked at Fox, Miss Taylor confirmed and explained that she wanted Mr. Acho to eventually recommend her for the show Speak for Yourself. Miss Faraji became alarmed and warned Miss Taylor that she should probably not sleep with Mr. Dixon and Mr. Acho at the same time. This is when another one is going to be like, bitch, mind your business. Hey, get out my business. As Mr. Dixon is a very powerful man and that he may become very angry, Miss Taylor told her not to worry about it. She explained that she was also now powerful and that once Mr. Dixon was no longer useful to her, she would follow through on her plan to tell the company that he forced himself on her. That's not true. She never, listen to me. I will guarantee you she never told her that she would tell the company he forced his way. What she would have told the company, this is why I'm the best. What she told them is that if he tried to use that against her, or tried to get her fired or tried to move her or demote her, if he tried anything, she would have went and told the company that he used his power and told her that if she don't sleep with him, that she couldn't move up, which is quid pro quo. That she couldn't, that she couldn't get a raise or an advancement, or she couldn't, get a promotion at the job, because that's quid pro quo. When you at a job and you're a man, you cannot use your power for your subordinates, for people who under you. You just cannot do that, because that's going to come back to bite you. Everybody's mad at Joy Taylor for that line. Let me read it again. It says, she explained that she was also now powerful, and that once Mr. Dixon was no longer useful to her, she would follow through on her plan to tell the company that he forced herself on her. She would not allow herself to be forced out by Mr. Dixon like other women talent. So Mr. Dixon had a habit of getting what he wanted, and when he wasn't getting it no more, getting him out of there. Now, when you're on a job and you have that power, you have every right to wield that power if you want to. But what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And what goes around comes around. And if you want to dance with the devil, you got to get burned. So if he was doing that, why can't she do that? You see what I mean? Like, if he was doing that and he was getting women fired, then hell yes, she was going to turn around and tell the company he was using his sway. And even if she got let go, she was going to get a fat ass package to leave. She might get $15 million to leave. And she'd have been good with that. And it says she would not allow herself to be forced out like other women talent. Period, point blank. And this is where I agree with her. She's not a perfect motherfucker. I'm not saying that. Does she have a little horror spirit? Yes. But that's not that big of a deal. Then we stay in the modern day. Los Angeles is Sodom and or Gomorrah. That's why I don't understand why her husband sent her there. But I'm talking about on the surface. But underneath, I do understand. He has something going on in Miami, because no man in his right mind will send a 20-something-year-old voluptuous woman to Los Angeles by herself. Stop it. Stop it. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. And let's go to this. This is the last of the lawsuit case that I'm gonna read right here. But I just want y'all to know on why I'm saying the things I'm saying, that Joy Taylor is not as wrong as people are making. She doesn't deserve to be snowballed. It's fucking Charlie Dixon. How the hell he get away with everything when he's been doing all this for hella long, and the person who was in charge before him got fired for doing the same thing? When you're a man, you have to understand. When you pull your pants down, anything after that is your fault. When you're a man, after you pull your pants down, anything after that, you have to take responsibility for. I'm on child support, my baby mama crazy. You pulled your pants down. My girlfriend, she raped and crashed up my car. You pulled your pants down. I got this girl, I was sleeping with her, so she gave me a disease. You pulled your pants down. I'm not saying you can't and shouldn't. I'm saying you have to take the responsibility for that as a man. Period, point blank. Take a look at this. Say, this is paragraph 55. Over the years, Mr. Bayless continued to make advances at Mrs. Faraji. Hugs, kisses. This is for Skip Bayless. I want to make sure that this is Skip Bayless. And he's not getting excoriated the same as Joy Taylor is. They say, over the years, Mr. Bayless continued to make advances at Mrs. Faraji. Hugs, kisses on the cheeks, inappropriate comments that could change her life. Comments that he could change her life if she acquiesced to having sex. Miss Faraji always makes excuses regarding her son, politely change the subject, make jokes, anything to keep Mr. Bayless appeased and her job safe. In July 2021, Ms. Faraji developed issues with her left ovary and was advised that it could be cancer. With the fourth biopsy schedule, she explained the situation to Mr. Bayless, hoping that he would take pity on her and cease his advances. Instead, Mr. Bayless told her he wanted to be with her. Ms. Faraji panicked and began rambling that there were cameras everywhere and that she was a child, that she had a child, and that she does not want him. Mr. Bayless then grabbed her hand, began kissing them. They offered $1.5 million to have sex with Ms. Faraji. She said Ms. Faraji and made an excuse to leave. Now, the $1.5 million sounds ridiculous. But the only reason why I almost lightweight kind of believe it is because the number is so outrageous and ridiculous. Like, who will make up a lie? Because you could have said, he offered me money. He offered me $100,000. Offered me $2. That would have been a lot of money. $1.5 million sounds like something a creep would say just to get it. Do I think Skip Bayless would have gave her $1.5 million? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But do I think Skip Bayless offered $1.5 million? Absolutely. I could be wrong, but I absolutely 100% think he offered that. Yeah, for sure. Paragraph 57. Approximately 1 week after Mr. Bayless made another advance at Ms. Faraji, Ms. Faraji responded, Skip, stop. You have a wife. Bayless responded, aren't you Muslim? Don't your dad have 3 or 4 wives? Ms. Faraji responded that her father was dead. Then when Mr. Bayless looked taken back, she made an excuse to leave. That's hella funny. Because this lady's detail in this case is unbelievable. It is fantastic. This shit read like a novel. Line 58. On April 12th, 2022, Mr. Bayless texted Ms. Faraji, I'm good today. The text meant that he would not be coming for the hair or makeup. Mr. Bayless texted Ms. Faraji, not coming down there. What do you want me to do? It's okay. Ms. Faraji asked him, what's wrong? He replied, same stuff, worse. When Ms. Faraji, concerned about her job, walked to Mr. Bayless' fitting room to see if everything was okay, Mr. Bayless answered the door, and before Ms. Faraji could speak, he began angrily accusing Ms. Faraji of effing Mr. Shannon Sharp. Ms. Faraji then tried to explain that she is not having any feelings towards Mr. Sharp and have never slept with him and any other talent members or employees at Fox. But before she could speak, Mr. Bayless demanded she come to his car after the show. Ms. Faraji responded that she could not come sit in his car. It was inappropriate. Mr. Bayless grew irate, then left. Listen to me. Is it a chance she was having sex with Shannon Sharp? Very, very high chance. We don't know that, but it's very likely. Why? Because Shannon Sharp, one, keeps himself in great physical condition. He's a football Hall of Famer. He has great wit, and he can hold a conversation. And when you're funny and can talk and hold a conversation with people, that goes a long way at these jobs for a lot of these lonely women. So Shannon Sharp will probably have his pick of the litter at that job. Now, some people say Shannon Sharp like them boys. He's into the mans. But obviously, Shannon Sharp would like both because I think Shannon Sharp has 3 or 4 kids. So even if he do like them boys, he probably likes, we know that if he did, he likes both. It wouldn't just be one. So do I think Shannon Sharp was at that job toe tagging a few women? Absolutely. Absolutely, Shannon Sharp was toe tagging a few people at that job. And now it comes full circle, y'all, and it makes all the sense in the world why Skip Bayless was blowing up at Shannon Sharp. He was pissed that Shannon Sharp was sleeping with the women that he wanted to sleep with. It all makes sense because it seemed as if it was just coming out of nowhere. Skip Bayless blowing up at Shannon Sharp, disrespecting Shannon Sharp, saying snide comments all the time. Like, why the hell is he doing that? It's his partner. This is a great show. They making money. Things are going well. Nah. Nothing separate people faster than women. Especially men. A separation of a relationship, 2 men, one man got the woman, the other man want the woman, so it get ugly fast. It get ugly fast. And I just want to read some of that from the lawsuit. Because when you go through some of these, let's go through Let's go out. Let's go out, y'all. Let's go out. Let's go out. Let's go to Joy Taylor and Fox Sports. And I just want you to read some of the. So I want you to see how she's being lambasted. Fox Sports freak-offs. Skip Bayless Joy Taylor. Joy Taylor. They're going to give you, and I could just take it off and just put Joy Taylor. Not Joy Taylor, but just Fox Sports. And if you see Fox Sports, well, even without Joy Taylor, you just put Fox Sports lawsuit. Fox Sports freak-offs, whatever you want to put. Joy Taylor is taking mostly all of the heat. As you can see. Look at this. They like, oh, well, Joy Taylor was having sex with Acho. So what? She doesn't have to have sex with Charlie Dixon into perpetuity. She doesn't have to have sex with him indefinitely forever. That's ridiculous. If she wants to move on to somebody younger who she finds more attractive, she has every right to do that. And if Charlie Dixon wants to try to use that against her, demote her or fire her, she has every right to use the weapons that she has, which is quid pro quo. I'll claim rape. I don't think she ever said that. This is how you know. Even though he's a lawyer and I know the lead attorney is very smart, very intelligent, but that doesn't mean you have great game and you're a people person and your instincts are fantastic. My instincts telling me that she ain't said that because there was too much evidence of them in a sexual relationship. So she couldn't claim rape. So that's just not true. That's not true. And as you can see, you just go through all these clips and you see this lady she taking a beating everywhere. Them bosoms was, look how they got Joy Taylor. Look at Joy Taylor. But they got Joy Taylor's out there, man. Joy Taylor is getting whooped across the head. She getting drugged. And Charlie Dixon, you barely see Charlie Dixon's picture. You barely see his picture. And he's the whole perpetrator. He's the head of the snake. Right? Damn, he's ugly. God. Joy Taylor ain't no telling what she had to put in those spicy margaritas to have sex with this man. She deserves, listen to me. If Joy Taylor has sex with this man, she deserves everything she got. Joy Taylor should have got everything she deserved. Promotions, extra money. Look at this ugly white man. Oh my God. I mean, he ain't. The only time he's ever looked good was when he wasn't in the room. God damn. But you can see wardrobe change. Look at the cassava millers. Look at Joy Taylor. Look at Joy Taylor. You know, and a lot of men are jealous. You can see, look, he got an arrow in it. He got an arrow in his arrow. Look at my arrow. Look at his arrow. Then they got her as a sex kid. Is Joy Taylor a sex kid? Yes. But she did fairly good on Undisputed. And speak for yourself. I think she wasn't terrible. Joy Taylor is aging now. That's why I said she doesn't look as good now. She's about a 7 in the face. Fall into a 6.5. But that happens when you start to age a little bit and you have them biracial genes. And if you have them all black genes, you can hold up a little bit longer. Well, look at Jason Whitlock. I stayed away from her and this, that. Shut up, Jason Whitlock. You got to pay for everything. Charlie Dixon was your type of guy. Stop the cap. Now, as a black man, he probably did try to stay away from scenarios like that. But he never had to worry about Joy Taylor. Like I said in the beginning of this video, you guys. There's no doubt about that. And look, you got old Shay Sharp. And nobody's happy about the fall of Fox Sports 1 than Shay Sharp. Shay Sharp is having a blast with this shit. I would guarantee you behind the scenes. Everything is fun. And that's if Shannon Sharp ain't hit Joy Taylor. Highly likely. Highly likely. He has a 199% better chance than this guy, Jason Whitlock. Get the hell out of here. But I just wanted to go over that clip, you guys, and I want to read some from the actual lawsuit and kind of read in between the lines because it's important to do that, you guys. It really is. Especially when you have the game and the gift to actually get an understanding of how people operate. Sex on the job is not that far-fetched. We all know that. Most people who watching this, 99% are adults. And they know that Joy Taylor is like any other human being who's been on a job. She's attractive. That's going to happen. But having sex with him, she should have got more than what she got. She probably got underpaid. She probably should have got her own show by herself solo. Having sex with Charlie Dixon's ugly ass. And Charlie Dixon can't keep it in his pants. And who knows how much longer Charlie Dixon will be at FS1. We shall see. And I got another video coming tomorrow. MK Ultra Mind Control. New Orleans. The mass attack. And the Cybertruck truck explosion in Las Vegas. How they're connected. And I've been talking about MK Ultra, you guys, for a long time. Hey, as you can see, I did. Look, this is another video where I read. See, sometimes you got to read through shit. The CIA's secret quest for mind control, torture, LSD, and the poisoner in chief. I read through the actual. Let me pause about it. I read through the actual case. Sometimes you gotta read. The devil is in the details. Just talking ain't enough sometimes. When I make this video, y'all? April 4th, 2022. Yeah, April 4th, 2022, I made this video. And when I read through that case, I told people, hey man, this is before all the mass shootings. Before I cover one mass shooting, I made this video, you guys. The facts of MK Ultra Mind Control. And they've been sending these flesh and blood droid robots out ever since. This is why you do what's on your spirit. And you talk about the things that you do know about. I talked about weather control long before people was talking about that. Operation Popeye in Vietnam. I talk about these things, man, because I want to have foresight. I don't want to just talk on this channel and just be talking and saying what they're parroting what everybody else say. I'm not a parrot. I actually know a little bit about history, and I know a lot about people because I'm a people person. A people person, not somebody who's just nice and kind and sweet and can talk to people. I'm not saying I'm an outgoing person because I am that too, but I'm saying that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm a people person. I have the ability to put myself in other people's shoes and get an understanding of what they mean and where they're coming from when they speak, how they stand. When I say how they stand, I mean their body language, all of that shit. That's a gift that I got, just like you got gifts. I got gifts. We all have gifts. You can't be afraid to use them, and you can't be afraid to tell people you have them. Hey, man, I got a gift. It is what it is. That don't mean I'm just boasting and just, running around the town, but I have a gift to read in between the lines. I have a gift that I'm a people person. I have a gift of foresight. That don't mean I'm perfect. Michael Jordan missed free throws. Shit. But I am good at it. But I just wanted to go over this clip, y'all. But I do got this other video coming on the New Orleans mass killing and the Cybertruck explosion here in Vegas at the Trump Tower. But this has been a hell of a case and a hell of a video, you guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. This has been Sports Life Politics TV. I'm Samuel Copple, YouTube's #1 couch detective. And I'm here for the news. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I just took your ass on a Joy Taylor ain't really that wrong ride. Peace.